Hello.
It's the final countdown. I can't do that as good as Carrie, but almost here. Isn't it awesome? Hello, my lovely ladies. There's Darla and Lana and Kathy. How are y'all this morning? And little Carrie says she's getting ready for PT, but hopefully she's listening to us. Good morning, Andrea, and Merry Christmas to you as well. I hope everyone is having a great Thursday. Let's see. Sam, morning all 3 a.m. and all as well. We got less time than you until Christmas Day. Yes, it's already the 20th there. Woohoo! Oh my goodness. Darla says she's ready with her coffee, and little Carrie, don't know if you caught it, but just a few minutes ago before we came on, she was downing those pills. So hopefully we can see our little parade of hearts before you have to head out. Good morning, Sarah and Michelle J. How are you doing? I got almost everything done but having my food delivered. Then I have to send my dad out to get what they don't deliver. Well, that's awesome, Sam. Good morning, Barbara. How are you doing? And there's my Amy. Did it snow last night? Did you get your foot and a half or so? You know, I want to see pictures. I have to live vicariously through everybody else that gets to have snow. There's your little hearts.
Thank you,
Thank you, little
Carrie.
Carrie. And I want everybody to know that I reached out to our darling little Carrie yesterday, and she is going to be on Twisted Fiber Friends the very first Sunday in January over at my house. Now, I don't have it put up there yet, but I will right after Christmas. She's going to come and talk to us about this wonderful mission that she's doing with the inmates close to her. I mean, I know many of y'all know that, but I wanted her to be able to share her story and ministry out to those that may not always come in here and visit with us as well. Guys, y'all have no idea how proud I am of what she's doing. I really am. And it's so awesome that she stepped up and is doing this for these guys. She's not only teaching them a craft, but we all know that crochet is a unique craft on its own because they haven't found a way to build a machine to replicate it. So for them to be able to learn this craft and take it with them whenever they finally get to leave, I just think it's wonderful. And think of the possibilities of them being able to, teach someone else. I'm just so proud of her. I really am. Oh, goodness, Sarah. She said Wisconsin is having a winter storm with maybe up to 10 plus inches. Holy Toledo. I hope your house is built up on sticks or stilts or columns or something. Oh, that is so awesome, little Carrie. Just need to figure out where we can get a Christmas meal. This Christmas is going to be look a bit different, yes. Oh, I'm so excited and I'm very blessed that you agreed to come up with this. I really am. Yeah. Um, do you have any large grocery stores I don't know what y'all have out there. Um,
Winco and Fred Meyer, Walmart,
mhm, yeah. Most of them do Christmas meals. Of course, I don't know.
Safeway,
Yeah, I don't
Albertsons.
know. I know Albertsons when we used to have them in West Texas, always had the meal that you could order, like for two, for however big. Um, and of course, here we've already seen advertised that Golden Corral Golden Corral will be open, having like a Thanksgiving type meal, the turkey and dressing and that kind of thing. Good morning, my little busy bee. How are you doing, sweetie? And there's Heidi. How are y'all? I would really hope that unless you just have some items that that you put off to the last minute because you knew that you would have this time. But I do hope most, if not all, of your shopping is done. Your packages are already mailed out. Oh, that is what one of the guys said to me on my feedback form. Well, good. Sarah, please say a prayer for my son and his friend's family. They are saying their final goodbyes today and tomorrow, as he is being laid to rest. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, little Carrie. Well, sweetheart, the biggest blessing is that you're passing it on. She says, thank you for what you're doing for us. It has a really big impact in our lives. I can't wait to really learn all there is to learn and teach my kids. So thank you for blessing us and giving us a new talent. God bless you. That's what he said on Tula. Well, there you good. There you go, sweetie. That is awesome. Oh man. I just can't wait for your talk. Really, really can't. Lana said she did all of her shopping from home online. Here it's cold cut prawns, lobster salads, and bread rolls, just in case it's really hot on that day. This year we're expecting, holy smokes, 104 degrees Fahrenheit for Christmas? Ugh. Oh my word. Thought I saw somebody else come in here a minute ago. Yeah, Sam's in Australia. Oh, you guys are opposite, right? Yeah, they're having their summers right now. Brought tears to my eyes when I read that. Well, sweetheart, that just means that right now in your life, you're where God wants you. That's how I look at it. Yep, it's going to be a stinker of a Christmas this year. Whoa! Well, it's already 76 here, but we have a chance of afternoon showers. So we'll just have to see. Laura, good morning, Laura. How are you doing? Yes, Sarah, that would take care of your snow, wouldn't it? Mercy.
It's 42 here.
Wow. Good morning, Steffi. How are you? And there's my little Gypsy. How are you doing, sweetheart? I'm so glad you're all here with us today. Really, really am. So, final countdown. I just want to know. I'm sure everyone has heard the song "The 12 Days of Christmas." What I want to know is, when do you celebrate the 12 days of Christmas? Do you celebrate them the 12 days before Christmas, like a small Advent? Or do you celebrate them starting on Christmas Day and moving forward for 12 days? Curious minds want to know, or at least this one does. Sam says after. I just want the snow for Christmas, and after that, it can just melt. I hear you. Heidi says it's 23 right here, right now, and under a winter weather advisory. Please pray a protection and prayer for Rob. He has to drive on the highway for work, and the roads are slick already. Well, yes, ma'am. On the 12th day of Christmas, my hubby gave to me. Lana says she doesn't
We
celebrate
don't
them.
either, Lana.
Laura says I'm listening while on my iPad. and looking at the ceiling until the new year when I get new glasses. Well, that's awesome, sweetie. Well, traditionally, the 12 days of Christmas, for religious people that, like, if you're Orthodox, Catholics, many Lutheran branches, they all celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, starting with Christmas Day all the way to the Epiphany, which is celebrated January 5th, 6th, depending on um, your religion, I guess you could say. But if you sell, and did you know that there is a difference as to what order you celebrate if you're going to do the 12 days of Christmas? If you start with the 12-day Advent before Christmas, you start with the little drummer boy. So 12 drummers drumming. But if you start on Christmas Day, then you start with a partridge in the pear tree because it represents Jesus, the first gift. So I just found that interesting in knowing that there are different ways in which you could celebrate the 12 days of Christmas. And of course, there's different meanings for each one, depending on if you look at it from a religious view or a secular view. Oh, Heidi, no peeking, no peeking. She says, I want to cheat and look in this box. It is my gift from Rob, but I'm behaving because he hasn't wrapped it up yet. Oh my goodness. Well, y'all remind me of my youngest daughter. She had no willpower whatsoever. She is very talented in being able to take a package, whether it's yours or not. She wants to know what everybody gets, at taking the tape off and opening the package just enough for her to be able to see what's in there. Once I discovered what my little stinker was up to, I got to where I was finding all sorts of boxes, like 12 cans of green beans are in this box. So she couldn't tell what was in there. Or dish detergent. And if I had to stuff it full of newspapers just to wrap one little bitty item, I would. I even once remember getting a water jug and cutting the top out of it so I could stuff all her socks down in there. And then I cut a piece of cardboard that fit real good right up on the top and made her think that she was getting a picture of something. Oh, it has to be yarn because he got it from Joann. Well, not necessarily. Joann sells more than just yarn. Yes, Sam, I checked, so he has time to take it back and get something else. Oh, goodness. He might have got you a sewing machine or some other craft to get you started on something else. Maybe even some pretty pillows or something. You never know. It doesn't have to be just yarn in there. All right, now you guys, quit. Don't make her go and look and no, 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 no.
Yeah, you guys are being very bad.
That's right. Is it heavy, Heidi? Lana. No, no, no. I know, see? That's what I'm saying. Don't make her get in
For shame,
trouble.
for shame, for shame.
Oh, he got you an old sewing machine last year, but he already had 3. Now, was this an old sewing machine because it's vintage? One that you can clean up and put over there in the corner and look pretty? I would love to have an old Singer pedal, that all it does is just do the straight stitch. It doesn't even um, like back up so that you can kind of like tie it off or anything. Yes, bent and working. Well, girlfriend, I would take that in a heartbeat. What brand is it? Lana says, she said it had to be yarn. I have 7 pounds of yarn in a box in the living room unopened. Like I said, Lana, Joanne sells more than just yarn. White? Well, I know all of the vintage Singer sewing machines were always black with gold trim on them. And you know, I was talking with Froggy, I think, yesterday about sewing machines. I guess I got one of the last Singers that was still the body and everything still all a 1965. Well, you know, that's not vintage. I mean, I don't think 1965 is vintage to y'all.
Yes, before my birth.
Well, I don't think it's. They are no longer in production. Well, then yes, then it's Oh, the brand is white. Oh, brand name white. Wow. I don't think I know Bernina, Brother, and Singer. That poor Maureen. Oh goodness. Lana says perspective. I'm vintage. I am not vintage. I am not vintage. Good morning, Diane. How are you doing, sweetheart? You've been on my heart. Yes, I no. But now y'all made me forget my story. Oh, anyway, oh, my Singer machine. It's tan in color. Um, and the whole body, everything on it is metal. I mean, to have to move that thing around takes a crane almost. But it has those little round black discs that you drop in the top, and each disc has like 12 different stitches on it to help you do all sorts of machine embroidery and edges and borders and everything. Guess you're vintage, you were born in 65. Well, what's older than vintage then? Because that's where I'm at.
Stinking old.
Stinking old?
No, I'm kidding.
All right. All right, like the grandkids used to always ask Wayne, Papa, how old are you? And they would tell him, he would tell them, I'm older than dirt. Wow, Papa. Antique. Well, I guess that's what I'm at. I'm antique. Hello, Kathy. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. Like a fine wine, we just get better with age. Isn't that the truth, man? Tell you what. One time my oldest said, you're not old, you're classic. Ooh, I like that. I like that better. I'm classic. There we go. Oh, Sam. Oh my goodness. That is one proud story to have of your daddy. My dad picks up rubbish outside others' houses, and he got a Singer once. Fixed it, then returned it to the owner. She was so happy. Oh, might start drinking to check out that saying. Michelle, my sweetheart, how you doing? I'm late, but here, and I'm vintage. Oh my goodness, you're in the waiting room for an appointment. Double nickels, you're 55. That is so cool. I wanted to come up here real quick. And I wanted to say, I don't always remember to do this, and Carrie doesn't remind me to do it either. But I do know that there's some of you out there that are lurking because you like to turn us on and listen while you're doing something else, but we do want to let you know that we appreciate your time and your little thumbprints if you've taken a moment to do so. So here is our little thank you to you.
Tell me that you're ready to go. I'll be here waiting. I'll be here waiting, waiting.
I'm good, Diane. No migraine.
I know, isn't that wonderful? I missed a comment up here. Go away. He once had me 8 months pregnant, pulling on a rope attached to a neighbor's tree that she wanted down. He always helped those who can't. Oh, I don't know if I'd have been helping him at 8 months pregnant, but that's right. Michelle had a birthday last week. Oh, yeah, she's been having them too, but hers have been stress related. So I'm hoping and praying that that stress is gone now. A huge gum tree. Oh my word. Darla says I'm 48 and enjoying life. You know, I don't mind telling people how old I am, but whenever I hear the number myself, I'm like, I can't be that old. I can't be. Because, age really is just a number, isn't it? I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
some days when we probably feel like we're 100, and then there's other days when we feel like, say, 25 or so, and we can conquer the world, but our body says, whoa, wait a minute. You just go right ahead, ride that high on the feeling part, but leave the body part alone. Oh, goodness. Well, I am ready for, I'm ready for Christmas, but at the same time, I'm ready for, dare I say, peace and quiet. You know what I mean? There is so much flurry and activity and planning and worry. I mean, don't tell me that even though you've got everybody's name checked off the list, and even though you may have gotten what they told you wanted, we still fret over it, don't we? I mean, because they told us that back in, say, September or October. Well, now it's Christmas, and did they still want it? I'm just ready for all that kind of stress to be done and over with. And then I want a few days of just pure enjoyment where I don't have to worry about, did you like the gift? Did you not like the gift? Where I don't have to worry about, did my family make it back home? Is everybody safe? I just want a few days of peace. Exactly, Sam. Just peace and quiet. That's not a lot to ask for. That's right. It's not. Lana still has to wrap up her presents. I remember my husband and I, my first husband, my girl's dad, we would stay up and wrap on Christmas Eve. That was our time together. We'd get the girls to bed and we would just stay up and wrap presents and talk about, this one, how we hoped they liked it and what we thought how they were going to react, or uh, remember when we got them such and such gift and that kind of thing. Oh, Frizzy B says, me too, Lana. My mother-in-law offered to help me, and I think I'm going to take her up on that. Oh, Diane, my middle son is coming over today to help me bake. Too much for me to do alone. We are making pecan tassies. Oh, and Italian rainbow cakes. Oh, you lucky girl. I've not had an Italian rainbow cake cookie. Whoa. Now, see, I really am classic because I can't even remember. Aren't those the best inventions ever, Michelle? Who would have thought that somebody would have been smart enough to take brown paper bags and gussy them up with all sorts of beautiful patterns and things like that? In fact, they're not even brown paper bags anymore. Stick some little handles on them, buy some tissue, drop the gift in there, put the tissue on top, put a bow, and say Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday or just whatever. You know, you don't have to worry anymore about it being the right size. Oh, that's the way it was at my Grandma's house, Diane. Oh my goodness. And my papa was the world's worst. He could be out on the tractor and would smell those things. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And you know, the nice thing too about those bags is that they are reusable. That's what I always like. Okay, so Diane, tell me what a pecan tassie is. Obviously, it's made with pecans, but is it a cookie? Is it like a praline or a chewy? Whatever they call those little Mexican candies.
How do we always get on food?
I don't know.
I'm
It's a fun
hungry.
topic. I wasn't until we started going down the rabbit hole of food. Come on, Diane, tell us what a looks like a mini pecan pie. Oh, a one bite. Okay. A tassie. Huh. Wonder why they call it a tassie then. Come on, Sam. I guess you looked that up. So does it say why it's called a tassie? I would like to know. Because if it looks like a one bite mini pie, does that mean there's pumpkin tassies and oh, it's a nut cup, a cup made of a cream cheese pastry, then filled with pecans and brown sugar with a butter mixture. Ooh. Well, she just explained it. Because when you said it looked like a little mini pecan pie, I was just thinking of a regular little pie crust pastry. And then like but it does sound like the filling that you would put in a normal pecan pie because it's got brown sugar and butter. But if it's just pecans, brown sugar, and butter, oh man, this is gonna drive me crazy. Sprinkled with powdered sugar and tossed in your mouth.
Hmm.
Oh, Diane. Wonder if you could do the same thing with with pumpkin filling.
With what?
Pumpkin pie filling might be
Hmm.
mush by the time you get it. Cream on yours, Sam said. I love a cream cheese pie pastry. Put it in a tin box. There's no telling what kind of shape it'd be in by the time it got to you, Sam. I mean, you know, all those things travel in the belly of an airplane, and they're what are they? Are they? I know they're pressure controlled, but I don't know about temperature control. Well, why don't you experiment, Diane, and let us know how it goes? It still tastes the same. You wouldn't care what it looked like, huh? Oh, how funny. Gary, what's our devotion about today?
I don't know. It was good yesterday,
Yes, ma'am. It was very good yesterday.
the 19th. Oh God, you have heard my cries. You have heard how impatient I can be with my complaints. When I am far from you, I become afraid. Help me, Lord, to go back to you. Help me to remember not only my wants, but more of your will. I thank you, Lord, for the abundant blessings you have given and the love I feel when I am in your presence. Amen.
Amen. I think I've told y'all before, but I used to pray for patients all the time. Notice I said I used to, but it was explained to me that God gives us the tools to help us to learn the things that we ask for. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, no wonder I haven't learned patience. I keep asking for patience, but God is giving me lessons to learn to be patient. And by my age now, folks, I can clearly say it's a lesson I have not learned. So I just said, Lord, let's just skip on to something else I need to work on. Good morning, Kitty. How are you doing? Merry Christmas to you. And Lydia, I haven't seen you in a bit, sweetheart. I hope you're doing well. Oh, well, you have a great day, Frizzy. Hope to catch up with you after a while. Yes, Michelle. That was a good one for me. I forget sometimes. A lot of times we ask for things for ourselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there really isn't. Um, but I think that sometimes the things that we do ask for really are a little selfish. Like, I remember one morning I was taking my oldest grandson to school because his mother couldn't take him. And I asked him what he had planned for the day. And he said, well, I have a spelling test today. So I asked God to give me all the answers. And, and I said, you did what? He said, I asked God to give me the correct answers so I can pass my spelling test. And I said, well, didn't you study for it? He said, nah, God will give it to me. And I was thinking, folks, that is pure faith right there. That really is. That's right, Kitty, the honesty of a child. Yep. I didn't have the heart to ask him later if he passed his test or not. I just figured that between him and God. But many times we do ask for things, and God gives many things that we ask for to us, and many times He just remains, which is good. I want to use that honesty and ask for the lotto numbers. Well, see, Diane, I don't mind telling anybody I'm never going to win because, I mean, number one, you got to play. Okay. And Maureen doesn't play. But if Maureen was to play, it would be my luck that I would win at the same time even one other person or 20 other people won at the same time, which means I would have to split the winnings. And I don't want to split the winnings. So I don't mind admitting that if the jackpot gets to $100 million, if I win, I want the whole $100 million. I don't want to split it with any of y'all.
That's
So
right, Michelle.
that's right. That's right, Michelle. Yeah. So that's why I don't play. I just hold on to my little $1, $2, or whatever it costs nowadays to play. Diane
I
says,
don't
"Oh, I
play either.
have sharing." Well, um, I'm going to just say I hope you enjoy it, little Carrie. She made it to cardio rehab, and it's like, well, have a good workout. 800 million. Oh my goodness. Someone's going to have a good Christmas or New Year's. Wow. Y'all remember when it got up to 1 billion? Wow. Mercy, that was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. Exactly, Kitty. Sometimes we get exactly what we asked for, only to realize it really wasn't what we wanted. That's just like testing the grass is always greener on the other side and finding out it's not any greener or taste any sweeter than what you have right at home. Can you even imagine winning something like that? Oh my word. I'd probably have one of those widowmaker heart attacks and not even get to see it. Me too. Oh, Lydia, Maureen, I know Carrie knows that I started a new job. There are times I may not be here. If I am, it will be break time at work. You have today off. Well, Lydia, that's awesome. Are you enjoying it? I hope you are, sweetheart. Well, that explains why I haven't seen you much.
Yeah, she works from 6 a.m. to 2.
Well, that's awesome. I'm so glad for you. Oh, Diane, she says, I wish I could work. I miss it so much. You know, there's just something about having a job that kind of helps you to establish a routine, isn't it? Oh, Lydia, she says, yes, I am a dietary aide in a nursing home. Oh, my goodness, girlfriend, what a blessing for you. And makes you feel like you've accomplished something. Well, you know, of course, now I'm only into 3 years of retirement. So, 3 years? 4 years, excuse me, boy. Well, yes, this is starting the 4th year of retirement. There we go. Um, so I guess it's still kind of new to me. I'm not at that point where I wished I had a full time job again. I mean, now YouTube is a full time job, folks. Don't get me wrong. But here at least I don't have to get up and get my makeup on, my hair fixed every day. I mean, I know y'all don't mind if I just throw it back in a ponytail and show up with just maybe lipstick on my lips and that's it. But yes, Kathy, anytime you have something medical going on, it's always hurry up and wait, isn't it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Not having anything to do causes its own depression. And that's what happened to my husband when he retired 8 years ago. Uh, he just became, what's that movie? Cranky Old Man. That's exactly what he became. I mean, it was awful. And of course, I was still teaching. And if you know anything about teachers, folks, you're always coming home with papers to grade, or you're coming home worrying and thinking about what you're going to do the next day, or you're worrying about little Tommy who's already been absent for 3 days. And, how are you going to get him caught up, especially if he's a special ed student? I mean, just your brain never turns off. And so during his short life in retirement mode, he would expect me when I came home for it to be all about him because he'd been at home all day. I don't care if I left him a chore list, this long, he'd get through it and then not have anything to do. So that's when I told him, I said, look, for the sake of our marriage and our sanity for each one of us, you need to find a job. You need to go back to work doing something. I didn't care what it was. He could have gone and been a Walmart greeter for all I cared. I just needed him to be doing something. Yes, Kitty, it is. There is a big difference there, and I truly do understand that. Yes, ma'am. Because at least with retiring, you have a choice there. But if you get sidelined due to a disability, that's, yeah, because then that changes your whole life, doesn't it? And it brings on its own set of problems. You'd plan to work until you were at least 65. Diane, ain't life grand? Well, I used to always tease at the little school that I retired from that the only way they were going to get rid of me was in a pine box. Because I planned on teaching that long. I really did. Planned on teaching until where I just, physically was not going to be able to do it anymore. But God had other plans. And so my plan was, I'd always told myself and told friends as well, when the job that you're doing isn't fun anymore, it's time to do something else. And
Yeah.
in just 1 year, my my dream job of teaching went from being my life to not wanting to anymore. It was a really rough year for me. My husband was working more and more away from the home. A lot of things I was having to handle on my own, even though we would talk on the phone. It's different than being able to sit down face to face and say, we have this problem. How are we going to handle it? Um, and then I lost my mom. Oh my goodness. Talk about having the legs knocked right out from underneath you. That hit me hard. And I just went real quick. Michelle says she was 3 credits from getting her master's degree when she had her stroke, and that changed everything. Oh my goodness, Michelle. I didn't know that. Look how long we've been friends, and I did not know that, sweetheart. I knew you had your stroke, but I didn't know at what stage in your life you were at. Oh, well, that's great, Kathy. She has an uncle who lives in Odessa, Texas, which is just not even 2 hours from where I live, and is 74, still working making babbits and bearings for the oil rigs. Oh my goodness. Oh, Diane. I was hurt at work when I was 27, and then so many illnesses after that that I think were jump started from that. Been a long 33 years being disabled. My mom uh, was very vibrant and um, energetic, outgoing, everything. And she was in a turning lane, getting ready to turn, headed home. And I believe it was someone in an oversized pickup. It wasn't an 18-wheeler or anything like that. Just didn't stop quick enough and rear ended her and basically turned her car into an accordion. And from that point forward, all of the pain in her neck and shoulders and back just turned her old really, really quick. Yes, Diane, getting that close. So close you can touch it. That was me, the Energizer Bunny. So hard to not be able to do all your brain says you should be doing. That's right. That's why I said many times I wake up and I've got the energy and the want to of a 25, 30-year-old, but my body's going, no, 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 no. We're going to sit down and talk about this. Yes, life sure is grand. It really is. And it is as grand as we make it, and we all know that too. First, wake up in the morning, praise God that you have another day to do what He has outlined for you to do. And then at night, thank Him for being able to do what you were supposed to do, and that you hope you were able to accomplish the task. So, speaking of tasks, what has everybody got planned for the rest of the afternoon?
My blanket.
Show them the blanket. Have they seen it? I mean, it's still the Nimaway, but tell them what you're using. It's really working up pretty, folks.
It's a skinny cake.
Isn't it gorgeous? And she's not color controlling that. It is just falling beautifully like that on its own. I'm going to finish this blankety blank sweater. Well, I hope it's working out better this time, Michelle. I haven't been able to see you. Oh, Kitty's on making market bags. Isn't it, Diane? I asked her yesterday or day before. No, it had to be yesterday, right before bingo. She said, nope, she's just crocheting along and that's how it's coming out. So I don't think she could have picked a better pattern for this particular cake to work with.
This is what the cake looked like originally.
Just a minute, just a minute. Oh, wow. Look how pretty.
I've sold one blanket to my mom. The rest I just give away.
Diane, she's got a mind like mine, like a steel trap. I am not kidding you. I don't think she has to write that down.
This isn't made anymore. This is a discontinued item. Colorway. It's my dog's dreaming. It's Buttermint's caramel skinny cake.
Well, it sure is a pretty colorway.
Put something out there to see if anybody had any extra that I could buy, but
Evidently, a lot of folks liked it as well and probably already used it up. Oh, Sam, that's awesome. I got my first premiere later. Then I will type up a knitting pattern I'm doing and convert it to a PDF. That's great. Kitty says, I do when I can, but I mostly gift and donate. Diane says, I donate all my things, just sometimes wish I could sell a little here and there. Uh-huh. Yeah. Don't it just figure it's always discontinued? That's right. That's why I say, folks, whenever I find a colorway that I like, I buy enough to make a blanket. I just do. Now, does that mean it's going to go into a blanket? No. It's just that I buy that much.
I had 10 of these cakes. I got them on clearance. They were all $5 a piece.
And especially when you can run into a deal like that one. Yes.
I got 10 of them, and Bella Unicetto, Christine, needed 5 skinny cakes.
Oh.
So I sold her 5 of them. But this is still just the first skinny cake. I haven't added a second one yet.
Well, that's nice. Oh, how neat, Sam. I can't wait to see it. Sam's premiere is her actually reading The Christmas Carol her way. That's going to be fun. Well, I have a couple of patterns that I am working on. I'm also working on a schedule to start out the new year with and trying to see how I'm going to fit in all the things that I want to do, when, where, and how, as they say. Getting ready, we hope. Wayne's older brother and wife are supposed to be here in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas next week. So we're trying to plan and get some things worked out so that we can spend as much time with them while they're here. So I got a few little things on my to-do list to do this afternoon. Oh, yes. Sam, Diane is asking, what time will your premiere drop?
Wackadoodle.
You guys keep me occupied and not sitting and listening to my mind go wackadoodle. I use that term when Lacey wants to play with Tia. She plays whack-a-mole with Tia a lot. In 4 hours from now, yay! So that's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Or 1 Pacific time.
Yes, and 3 Eastern Standard Time. Wait, what time is it here?
No, you were right. 4.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You're going to crochet a pink elephant?
Oh, that sounds awesome. What weight yarn, Darla? I'm just curious. Everybody seems to be on the craze of working with the 5 and 6 weight yarns for amigurumis.
Oh. I just want to announce, and Maureen doesn't even know it yet.
Oh,
But
dear.
next Friday, we're going to have bingo instead of having it on Tuesday, Christmas Eve. We're
Okay.
going to do it on Friday instead.
Okay. I better write that down.
Oh,
What did you say?
Diane.
I saw a cool elephant bookends the other day and thought of you, Miss Carrie. But what yarn weight, Darla? I'm just curious. You have various shades of pink. Choosing which one's going to be the hardest part. Pink elephant. I would want to go really bright if I was going to do a pink elephant. Pink's not my color. I'll work with it if my little granddaughters ask for something pink, but it's not a color that I gravitate to. A 3 weight or a 4 weight? Oh. Well, how interesting. That's going to be fun to see. I have a, it's Spider-Man, but it's black. Y'all know which one that is? It's his alter ego, I guess. Well, what is that one color from Mandala? Is it Happy? That has the pretty pink
Rainbow?
and Rainbow, maybe that's the one. I don't. Venom, there you go, Darla. Yes. No, I keep a lot of that one on hand. And
Are you gonna take Patsy out before you go?
Walmart's brand Mainstay has
What are you
a
taking the backpack for?
beautiful, beautiful pink. I mean, it just pops in your face. And so I make a lot of her stuff out of those too.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yes,
buddy.
you could make a pink striped elephant, Darla. Or make him in various shades. You know, like his ears could be one shade of pink, and his little hoofs another color, and his trunk. I mean, yeah, there's a lot that you could do if you have various shades of pink. Of course, too, it would depend on what weight you're going to work with. If you had enough shades to make him kind of ombre like, you know. Here we are telling you what to do with your elephant. I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous no matter what you do with it. But yes, I am working on, I just call him the Black Spider-Man. My our only great grandchild right now is into him. And so I have to work on it during the day. I have been using my neck light a little bit, but you know, black. Oh my goodness. And it being amigurumi, double, oh my goodness. So I can only work on it a little bit at a time. I'm glad I didn't promise it for him for Christmas because he wouldn't be getting it. Oh, there you go, Darla. She has a variegated one that is 3 shades of pink. Now that would be precious, I think, but that's just me. Diane says, I don't have gifts this year for my 2 granddaughters or my new grandson. Well, he's a year and a half now, but only my youngest granddaughter would even want something crocheted. Really? Well, I am really very lucky in that all of my grandkids, even my boys, at this moment in time, love when I make them something that's crocheted, even if it's just a hat or a scarf. Of course, the little ones, when they got past about the age of 5, I quit making them dresses, so to speak. So they like, you know, sweaters and tops and skirts. Now, one of them this last summer asked if I could make shorts, and I said, I don't do shorts and I don't do pants. So
hello.
that's like 3 shades of drunk, Darla. Yeah, I was thinking about pink elephant. I wonder. Yeah. Normally that's associated with someone that's been a little tipsy or had way too much to drink.
So anyway, I gotta go.
But yeah, I did make my son, who is coming to bake a beanie, and he finally wore one, which shocked me. He's 26 and never showed an interest before. Well, you know, seasons of life, Diane. Seasons of life. Well, we have been here with you for an hour, and I want to say thank you all so much for jumping in here and chit-chatting with us. It seems like we started on one thing, and as the chat usually does, it just kind of has a mind of its own, and we meander where we like to go. I made him and his new wife Bag O'Day's new Christmas tree that goes on the wall. That's awesome. I hope you'll share a picture out. Oh, yes, Dumbo is the sweetest elephant pattern ever. Well, Diane, you know where to find me. Just reach out, sweetheart. So I'm going to go ahead and say not only thank you for being here with us, but please always remember, be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know. Could be your light at this time of the year that they really, really need to see. I love you guys, and we'll see you over at Carrie's tomorrow at 11.
And remember, one random act of kindness can change the world. Love you guys.
Bye.